So instead of using the biggest crowbar I could find, I went and found these other tools, smaller crowbar and some channel locks. And hopefully this will do the job a lot better. So anyway. So a little tip for you: when you're going to open this, take and grab it, work your pliers up underneath there a little bit first, grab the top lip up here with the top part of the pliers, the bottom part, squeeze, straighten that tab out, and then bend it back. That's a semi-pro tip. Be careful, don't slice your hand open. Work for it. Here it is. Flip it over. Get a little more on it right there. Nice. That woodpecker there that we took a video of just a minute ago. And just like I told you, don't slice your finger like I just did. Now I guess I'll better go put a bandage on it. I'll be back in just a few. I figured you might want to see what I just did. Can't see it real good, but I did take a good chunk out of that. Yeah, I'll go get the bandage now. There we go. Making progress now. Try it right here. Sharp metal all the way around this thing. That would be the sharp metal would be the one caution. So that's what it looks like right there. You can see your feeder bin right here with the safety bar there, the control bar. You see the tire here, all wrapped in plastic. Now I've had this for about, man, almost 2 weeks now. And I just hadn't had time to get to it. We had to take an emergency trip to see some family, and then come back. It's been raining. Seems like every day that I wasn't at my secular job. And now I finally have a day. I've been sick. I actually had to go to the doctor to get some antibiotics today. I've been sick for a week. So I just figured I could do something light, like maybe start to put this together, unbox it. So that's where we're at though. But we'll continue with this process and we'll open up the box. I'll be honest with you, I saw some other people opening crates from other shippers, and I think, man, they can't be that tough. It does take a little time to do it like I'm doing it. Maybe there's a faster way, and that'd sure be nice. I got that side. There we go. You can bend this out right around where that tab sticks through, and I think that'll help it slide by just a little. Oh yeah. A little twist right there. Oh yeah. And a little more the same. Just got that band in there. We'll just let it fall. Beware of falling objects. Take the plastic off. It probably would have been a little better if I was to try to put this together on level ground. So I may move this up on my driveway just a little bit. This is just where I had unloaded it to be out of the way with the Bobcat. Set it out of the way of all the traffic and stuff. So start moving some stuff over here. I'll tell you one thing, it does feel like it's made out of good quality metal. Everything is pretty heavy. So this is what we got right here. B150 wood chipper. I got it red. It comes in yellow as well. And so here we'll start looking and see how to put this thing together. Comes with this owner's manual right here. And it comes with a wrench of sorts there. And there was another one over here. It says it's a 16 millimeter. So we'll see what all this goes to here in a minute. Let's see it on there right now so I don't lose it. And so here I think it's just going to be more of the same, except with more caution, so I don't cut myself again. It's bleeding slow down there, it's almost clotted off, so we'll just use a little more caution. So we got these same tabs all the way around it. I'll be honest with you, I saw some other people opening crates from other shippers, and I think, man, they can't be that tough. It does take a little time to do it like I'm doing it. Maybe there's a faster way, and that should be nice. Better. Better. All right, let's see. I got that side. There we go. you can bend this out right around where that tab sticks through, and I think that'll help it slide by just a little. Oh yeah. A little twist right there. Oh yeah. And a little more the same. Oh, good. Let's see here. I just got that band in there. I'll just let it fall. There we go. Alright, next one's there we go. Finally. Alright. So I can use some flimsy plastic probably. Or wood to burn. It'll break easy. falling object. Take the plastic off. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of bubble wrap. It probably would have been a little better if I was to try to put this together on level ground. So I may move this up on my driveway just a little bit. This is just where I had unloaded it to be out of the way with the Bobcat. Set it out of the way of all the traffic and stuff. So start moving some stuff over here. I'll tell you one thing, it does feel like it's made out of good quality metal. Everything is pretty heavy. Okay. Well, now we got a little bit more of a better picture of things. Now I do believe that piece is all there. It looked and felt heavy right there. So this is what we got right here. B150 wood chipper. I got it red. It comes in yellow as well. And so here we'll start looking and see how to put this thing together. Comes with this owner's manual right here. And it comes with a wrench of sorts there. And there was another one over here. It says it's a 16 millimeter. So we'll see what all this goes to here in a minute. Let's see it on there right now so I don't lose it. So something of interest here, you can get to the instruction manual that's buried deep inside all the wrapping and packaging, and tells you unpatching the container to cut the straps. Obviously there were no straps, and then you don't pull the dill straight up. I guess I could have, but that didn't seem like an easy way at the time. Don't really see how it really is there right now, but excuse me. But it tells you the contents supplied here, and I have seen, I believe, all of those things so far. And we'll get started. So maybe here, just a little more of a close-up as how it's packaged here. You can see it's a 420cc. It's electric start, and on the other side is the battery box. It's loose right now, but it felt heavy, so it feels like it has the battery already in it. So a nice clean looking machine here from the, at least from the very get-go. Take a look. And there's a battery box there at the bottom. So as I was looking over these things, I was like, well, you know, I didn't see a bag of nuts or bolts or anything. It comes already in the places to where they should go, as you can see right there. There are 4 bolts on this side, 4 bolts on that side, here for the receiver hitch. So nuts are on the ends of the wheels already. Over here as well. So that makes that nice. And then even on the axles, I can see through the plastic here that the nuts and bolts are there to attach these wheels on the back. This unit has 4 wheels on it, as you probably saw in the picture earlier. It makes it a little easier, I think, for when it just stands alone. And then I think you can lift those the front wheels up for transport. I think they have something on there to look like you might could lock them or do something like that. So we'll see as we get it going. Oh, it's for them to swivel. That's what it is. So I see what's missing. What I was missing. The tow bar mount. I thought that was a couple of different pieces, and it is, but it's one long piece. You can see it standing up back there at the back, and that piece goes right here. I was thinking it was just one short piece, kind of as they were showing right here, but it's in fact a long piece. You can see it standing up. A little sketchy here. So if you have problems putting this piece in where it goes right there, it looks like there's 2 bolts. See if I can get them in the picture well. 2 bolts right there and there that we can loosen up, and maybe that'll make it have a little more space in there, or maybe not, to where we can get that in there. I'm gonna check it out and see. It's really tight right there, squeezed together, and this won't enter in. So let me see what I can do. Let's see if that gives me enough space. ¿Se fue?
Sí.
All right, right there. But on closer examination, I don't know. Let's see. The book shows yeah, maybe we gotta turn that over. Yeah, I think that's so we'll have to fight to get this in again. So I got these in there, and these are 3/4 bolts again to get them tight. Just gonna tighten them up a little more. Alright, now I'll go to the other side. That one came out. Let's see here. See how, oh, both of those did. Well, let's see what we got. I got a lost bolt. Let's see. No, wait to the other side there. Okay. So there's that one. Okay, and then I got to tighten these 2 again, since that seemed to give me what I needed of play in it. And then very good. Well, that took a lot longer than it should have, but we're done with that. All right. I was doing was that I was putting this piece on, and it was really very simple. One bolt, one pin that goes through there, and then I slid this tongue into the tubing here, and put the tubing here, and put the bolts on, and the bolts through in the nuts. So now I'm going to tighten those up. Okay, we got a wrench holding the back side. Tighten that up a little bit. The next one here. There we go. Finish it up. Take this pin out. Here. And we'll loosen this nut. Threads on this are a little boogered right up in there, but nothing that will keep it from working good. Alright, so washer off. We'll take this. And we'll slide this right through here. Maybe take that off too. Slide that through. Put the pin on. Washer on. Nut back on here. And carefully apply the tension here. And the other thing is, look for that hole for where this went through, and I think it's right there. Looks a little bit better for it. Yeah, that's it. Back off just a little. There we go. Down. That. Just put a little bend in it there. I'm sure that'll cut me later. Alright. Well, that was a lot easier than trying to pick it up and move it. Alright. Alright, so I guess the next thing now is to try to put the axle underneath the back. Try to lift it up a little bit. It's hard to get in and out of the Bobcat with a fork in there. Maybe I could have put something underneath the back of it for now to lift it up, but we might still do that here in just a second. The wheels on, we have the axle here, and did this to try to see. Hopefully it'll make it a little easier on us to put attach the axle to the back of the machine. But also to put the wheels on, you gotta come. You've got bolts and nuts that go right here, and it's hard to get to hold the bolt head in there. But they did give this right here. And it seems to, it's a 16 millimeter, seems to reach in here just fine to grab a bolt head right there and to hold it while you tighten the nut. So this seems to be the part where it's either a two-person job or some jack stands to make it all work. But or a Bobcat and having someone else do it, forklift of some sort of tractor. But I could put another piece up underneath there, and that would do it. I just don't want to compromise stability, because right here, it's just going to have one point touching at the front where the trailer hitch is, and then it'll wobble side to side a bit. And so I'll use a bobcat, lift it up, and then my wife is going to drop the bolts down in there. So I think that's going to be the easiest part right now. Once we get that in, we'll have enough leverage on the front part to be able to pick it up and then put these other wheels underneath there. So if you think you're just going to manhandle this thing and throw it around, I think not. I think not. So I think we got to you got to be prepared to have a little help with it. On these wheels, we got the first wheel kind of semi-placed in there, but you need to have both of them ready. You got to take their lock nut off right here first to have it ready. Lock nut, the washer, and then this black cap. And this also seems to be better if you have two people to help. So I'm going to put these here. Alright, I'm going to have my wife kind of do two things here. She's going to set that up to record, and then she'll place this under here for me. So this bearing that's right here has to sit inside there, and they have it pre-greased and everything. If you look in there, you can see grease from the top. So that bearing has to sit down in there and then to go. Now I believe, I didn't really see what it said about this washer, but there's a second washer here, and I think that one washer will sit in here below this, and the other one sits on top of the black deal here, and on top of it to close it. So, okay, so here we go. Maintain this one in here too. That's so much easier now. Thing is to get these seated. So give it a turn right here. And we gotta get these bearings to go up in here. I don't really think that other washer goes on the bottom. Maybe we messed up. Not the best of instructions. Maybe it's 2 washers on top. And probably what it may be is, it may be a press fit, so that as we put the nut on them, it tightens it and pulls it all up in there. I bet that's what it is. The directions really don't say.
Okay.
And as I do that, I can see the bearing being sucked up into it. So that's a positive thing. So it's just going to press fit it as we put it on right here. Okay. So that one's going in just as well. Let's try to watch it at the same time. There it goes. Oh, there it went. It went in really well. Yeah, that's okay. My wife was just pointing out that the wheel was turned, but the wheels can turn freely. And then, but you want to have, maybe not have this too tight so that they can turn. And then what this does, this is a lock for it eventually. I'm going to lock that wheel, lock it in. Alright, so let's see how this one turns. That one doesn't turn too freely. Oh yeah, it's way better. I've got to work on, now I'm going to work on putting this, tightening this back axle up right here. I'm going to pick up where I left off. Got to tighten the bottom axle there to the frame of the machine. I'll put this bumper that's on the ground, I just set it there, attach it, and then from here I think we'll be just about done. Just have to put the hopper on here, and then the part that spits everything out. So we're getting close, and we'll see what we got right here. I brought my own toolkit out today as well, just to have some things that might be a little easier to do this. It's always better to have the right tools. So, doing this. Just try to square that up a little bit right there. So if you're going to be using regular standard size is 13/16 for that one. I did think about getting a chipper for my skid steer, but when it came down to it, I just really didn't want to, I just didn't want to have to run it on my skid steer. It seemed like it'd been cumbersome some to do, and keep the hours off my skid steer. It'll hold more of its value than this thing will. Plus this thing is mobile. I'm going to put some shavings and the chips down on my trails that I have around the property, and that's kind of my thought process there. I've got a side-by-side that I can pull this around with. I also got to thinking about this and looking at what I'm going to do. Probably should mount this battery box right here first. Make things a bit easier. Also, one of the negative battery terminal cover came off, so I'll have to slip that back on. Alright, so let's get these off. Came with the battery box here. Like I said, it feels heavy enough. Yep, there's a battery in there, so nice and heavy. See about taking this out. No handle there. Definitely a Chinese battery. See how it has. Alright. It's got nice easy little bolts there to slide that out. Let's see. I believe what I'm going to do to make my life a little easier is get some of that bubble wrap put on under my knees. Rocks are hurting me a little bit. Maybe that's why they give you all this foam packing in there. Kind of help out. Actually, that's so much better. So much better. Okay. Slide in right there. Okay. There's a hole in the top of your battery box. These cables to go into. So just pay attention to that. So, go to run those cables a little bit later. It has the wire for the brake lights already with a 7-way pin connector on it, so like that. I'm just going to do these. They were coming up from the bottom the way they had it. But like that, it's just easier. And it kind of just hangs and holds itself there. And I'll probably end up having to put another plastic tie around this eventually. But for right now, I think it'll do. I don't really plan on hooking this up to my vehicle. If I do, I can always just load it on the trailer, take it wherever I need to take it. Alright, so for me, the channel locks will come in way better for looking at the picture. I didn't want to have to try to manhandle it and then change it all up, but The in the picture, the red hopper here sits on top of these black pieces. I believe, before I get going too fast, there should be a washer on top of that. I've got 2 more washers down there on the ground. I have these ready. I'm in the struggle here. And they're all tight. So maybe one of the first things to do now is to rough these up a little bit, where the paint is going to keep it from sliding through. Okay, well, looks like I'll have to use a little persuasion right there to get those through. Looks like I may have to tighten that up a little bit. There's probably about a 3/16 gap. There, look like you should have a washer top and bottom, but there's just not enough clearance on these. So I'm just going to put this pin. And then in the future, I may have to fix that up somehow. I think that is going to do it. Oh yeah, well, that's just enough to do it. Okay, so these are the emergency stops. I don't think it's really going to matter which one that goes to. This one for here. that'll be for stop button there. Twist it to undo it. Or this one, push it to stop and pull it to start it again. 10 is it. So
the handle lock nuts on here just not tightened down right there. So I push this bar all the way back. And I have to strike it, so I'm going to see how to do it. Clean this stuff right there because of that. This metal piece. Got a little plate in there though. I just moved it up. And I gave me room for the down for the bottom piece there. Just move it up and clear out that piece.
let's see how much better that is. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit better. Alright, see what we got here. It's pretty good. Way lighter than the other side. Way lighter. That one went in way easier as well. Alright. Let's see what this does. Here it went. That one went fine. That one went way easier. It's almost like putting on a globe on a light. Run these screws out a little bit. You feel that seat good, and you can tighten it in. When I bought this, I bought extra belts, an extra cover, or a cover, and some blades to go with it. Just didn't know how long it would last, how long stuff would be on the market. Sure, there won't be a problem with it, but just wanted to be set up for ahead of time. It's got a little green cap on it. The other grease fitting is they talked about. This is a 9/16. See if we can get it. I need just a little bit. A lot of my stuff is still in Texas, so I don't have everything here that I normally have. So that works. I just put a little extension on this one, and that helps. But you gotta take it off before it gets too close right there. Okay, so there's 2 on that side, 2 on this other side. Okay, so here right there is the other oil, or the other grease, Zerk, so that had to be what they were talking about there. So I'm going to get into that and try to grease it up. And there's a bit of grease already on it, so it looks like it has been greased. If I had the problem getting this off of it I had on the other side. Whew. Let's see. Maybe I should have went between there. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's already pretty full. It is a thing. I see this carbon monoxide warning here, and I was a paramedic in Texas for a long time, over about 20 something years, and actually the ambulance company that I worked for had a incident where one of the generators was left on inadvertently. Crew had been running all night, and carbon monoxide ended up killing one person and really hurting several others in that station. And the oncoming crew walked in and came in to to that mess there at their own station. So it's a tough thing. So that really is a real deal, and be careful with it. All right, so we got those back on, and it's greased up there as far as it said to grease. The only other thing now that I can think to do is, this doesn't come with any oil in it, so I need to put some oil in it. Also need to put the battery in it, and it'll be just about ready to go. Let's see if we can get the battery in here now. One more screwdriver. This really does save my knees. Okay. So, let's put this in here. All right. I believe that's it except for the oil. Okay, so I was wondering what kind of oil it says to use. It says SAE 10W30 is recommended for general use. So if you're working somewhere where your temperature, well, from just below 0 to over 100 degrees, it says 10W30 is sufficient. So that's good to know. I'll be using that. I was trying to see how much oil it takes, but I guess we'll just says obviously check engine oil each use, and then change it every 3 months or 50. First month for 20 hours, and then every 3 months or 50 hours, and then 100 hours, and then 300 hours. See how easy it is to move this by itself. Oh yeah, that's nice. So now it's time for the final steps. It's been a couple of days. I had to go work in the hospital 2 days. And you see a can of wasp spray there around. My trailer behind me has had a few wasps around it, so just being prepared for that. I've got my funnel, I got some paper towels here. Clean my funnel out a little bit. And then it recommends some 10W30 oil. So that's what I'm going to put in it. You got two sides here. One is your fill side, the other is your dipstick side. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and keep it here handy. And I looked through the instruction manual and I really didn't see, you know, if it said how many quarts to put in there. Maybe I overlooked it. I don't know, but that's what a dipstick's for. And to check the oil. So we'll just start adding it slowly here. I checked it already, and the dipstick really didn't look like it had much in there, if any. It says it's shipped without any, but it did seem like there was a little oil residue, but this whole thing was oily. Every part of, like all the nuts and bolts, which I get to keep them from rusting. So, and I'm new to New York, and one thing that I have noticed, there seem to be plenty of hornets around this place, and they always seem to buzz around me. I never see their trees here or their nest here around in my place, but you can see them going down the road where they built a nest. Alright, add a little more. It doesn't even feel like I've added a quart, and I'm sure this thing takes So we'll start just checking. You gotta let it run down a little bit, give it time to settle. While we're doing that, you can probably look back here in the background and over here to the side. It probably doesn't do it justice, but I have tons of limbs over there. I'll be cutting some off to use for firewood, anything that'll burn for myself. And I got a bobcat that I've bought since I've been up here. The property is heavily wooded. Lots of hardwoods everywhere. Maples, oaks, the hickory. Just tons of stuff. So there's a lot of trees that have fallen back here on the property. I'm going to clean up and you know, do whatever I got to do with them. Tons of small trees I got to take out so I can open up some of it a little bit. I want to leave most of it heavily wooded, but a little bit here closer to the house, and on the other side of the bobcat there I want to clean out an area there, perhaps put some more fruit trees and maybe some grapes and stuff like that back there, and then just leave the back heavily wooded. So that's kind of the plan. You know, I like to do some more gardening, but and that's part of this the journey here in the process, and enjoying buying some land. I had 13 acres in Texas. I didn't really expect to get 7 here in New York for the prices, but man, we just came across this place and it worked out good. You can also probably see I need to cut my hay here, or mow my yard. It's pretty big, but it's been raining and raining and raining so much here, and it's supposed to rain here in just a little bit. So I was trying to get this finished up and do it. I think it's supposed to be better weather in about 2 or 3 days for another 3 or 4 days. So I'll mow the yard then. But I just wanted to get this going and get it started. Let's check our dipstick here and see where we're at. I'm just kind of angle back down. Dipstick's over here on this left side. And we are about 3/4 of the way up on the stick. So I'll just clean that off and try it again. And that's the benefit of just waiting a few minutes. Oil will rise slowly and slowly as it all continues. Whatever poured in down here, it just seeps on down in. It'll slowly find its place as it rises on your dipstick. So Yeah, we're about 3/4 of the way up. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna turn it over, run it for a little bit, and then after I run it, I will check the oil again. One thing, I gotta put gas in it. I was getting a little excited there. So let me go grab the gas can and I'll be right back. I'll pour a little gas here. Alright, I wouldn't have tried that with a completely full can. It's just too hard to balance, and obviously I didn't do all that great with a half full can. It's just a little high, little out of place to try to start. So, but it's okay. Now I did have one last place right here, and I'll bet that goes. Yes. There's one last piece right here. I didn't see anything for that to connect to the other day. So we'll see if it cranks. But this, one of them connected to the safety switch here, goes to that. And this one, aha, there it is. It was hidden. There's a piece of angle like this on the bottom, and it runs through there, so it's for the safety for it to start as well. And looks like it should go right in there. There it goes. Voila. Let's see what we do here. Make sure gas is in the on position. We'll turn it over just to let it get a little gas going in it first. Turning even after I cut it off. I don't mind now. I just wanted it to move a little oil in there. We'll give it a minute to kind of let it settle down, and we'll take a look and see how the oil is there, and just to double check it. So we'll give it just a second and we'll see what's up. So first off, I'm impressed that it started so quick. Literally the second turn it was already firing off. So got gas into the system, ran well. So good indications for this motor as far as simplicity and ease of use. I'm happy with that. And we'll start getting the next parts of it ready. So what I'm going to do is, I'll go ahead, I know I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit to shoot where I want it to shoot, and I'm probably going to go ahead and hook up to the side-by-side and take this to an area where I want to go ahead and start doing some of the wood chipping. It's actually right down there by my Bobcat. There's a place that gets pretty muddy down there, and so I kind of want to fill it with some of the wood chips. I know it'll hold moisture for a little longer, but if I get enough of a base there, I think it'll do I think it'll do pretty good. So see what we got right here real quick. Oh, wrong side. Try this side. And it's still roughly right about the same place. So I'm going to run it a little bit longer down there, and we will just see how it does. I'm going to have to get the keys from my wife's car, move it, and then I'll back the side by side up here.